and welcome. This is Beyond the Headlines, and I'm Jane Gogodis. In this edition, we head to Chapananga in Chukwawa, where communities are building resilience thanks to Hunger Project.
My name speaks change better. I bring wisdom, I bring understanding, I bring love, I bring joy, I bring music.
And in the arts, we talk to and test the endearing Afro jazz music from Lawi, the Flame. Thanks for joining, and once again, welcome. Now, a small strip of land is all they need to play. Apparently, for most kids, finding a playground is a real hassle. With growing population in many societies, the play space for children is fast shrinking, inevitably forcing children to turn streets into playgrounds or turn to places where they are exposed to violence and immorality. Bernard Kankono picks up the story.
A story of Ndirande-based Latifa Chuma, a mother to a 11-year-old boy, is one of its kind, painting a bigger picture on how urbanization as well as digitization continues to tear apart the culture of playing together among young people in more secure and open playfields. Unlike in the past, where young people would converge at one place to play games like soccer, pada, jingo or filabo, among others, the modern days has proven otherwise on how kids are being brought up. In her own words, Chuma says she feels safe to have her son spending much of his time on video games in a nearby video game playing center than patronizing a nearby football pitch. Chuma, who owns a fashion clothing shop, continues to say that her preference is induced by the fears that the older people who control such playgrounds may impart immorality to her kid or even being sexually abused.
I only see my son going to play video games. Frankly, I have never visited the place where he plays the said games. He only asks me for money to pay where the games are being played, and without hesitation, I give what he asks of me. He plays the video games daily, and I give him 300 kwacha to pay for video games. I do not deny him the money for the video games for the avoidance of him being tempted to source such money from other illegal means. Moreover, he has just written his year's primary school leaving certificate exam, and he has all the time to play. Since he started playing video games, I have never seen him misbehaving unlike in the past where he used to play with his friends in the neighborhood. At least I'm assured that he is safe.
Unlike Latifa Chuma's story, a different story of Charity Mponera, a mother to a 7-year-old kid, is shared. Charity is among the few parents who still recognize the importance of young people participating in physical games like soccer. She says such places offer opportunities to the young ones to grow with fitness and learn important practical life lessons like teamwork. Charity carries on to say that even though such are the gains come with participating in such sporting activities, the pitch is not good enough to accommodate the young ones. With the growing shrinking of open spaces for kids, it is not uncommon to see kids playing in streets, exposing themselves to traffic accidents.
Even though I let my kid to play at this playfield, at times I get worried to let my son come and play with his friends at this ground. As you can see, this ground borders with a tarmac road, and oftentimes the ball falls along the road, which is dangerous and exposes young ones playing at this field to accidents. Away from that, this playfield is segmented into different portions where people of different age groups come and play various games. The young ones are always the victims of being pushed away to where the pitch is bumpy and not fit to play. In many communities like ours, there are a lot of unexploited talents which is failing to develop due to lack of proper facilities. It is my sincere wish the responsible authorities should create more community centers where young ones will be protected while playing various games.
The United Nations recognizes a playground as a basic requirement for children as they grow up. Children need the space to play, socialize and enjoy themselves. But with growing population and urbanization, playgrounds are fast vanishing in many townships, forcing young people scrambling for any available space. And where that is concerned, the fittest dominate, forcing mostly younger and weaker to resort to their indoors. In many townships, this is too common. Young people want to play, but town planning does not put them into equation. Currently, Blantyre City, whose population is in excess of 800,000 people, has only one youth centre, the Blantyre Youth Centre. For many young people from townships like Mangwe, Ndirande, Chilomoni, Machinjiri and Chilobwe, this playground is but too far. At the same time, it is not accommodative to many other minority sporting activities. According to the recent data, pediatric injuries among young people between the ages of 1 and 16 make up to 36%, many of them being recorded from the playfields. United Nations Children Fund UNICEF recognizes Blantyre City as a child-friendly city. By virtue of being one, the city is mandated to be a city where every child has the right to grow up in an environment where they feel safe and secure, have access to basic services and clean air and water, can play, learn and grow, and where their voice can be heard and matters. The question could be how friendly is Blantyre City and the other cities in as far as playgrounds are concerned. Commenting on the development, Ministry of Sports says there are plans to create more playing spaces for kids where they can socialize freely and without being exposed to any moral or physical harm. Andrew Nyondo is the spokesperson in the Ministry of Sports, and he explains.
Already implementing the plans which were already set. You might remember that currently government is constructing 2 big projects, the Griffin Sayenda and Aquatic Complex. We understand that we'll be having regional 5 games in December this year, and these are the major projects which are currently taking place. But it will not only end there. These will be facilities which will remain forever, and all games will be played there. We're talking of netball, we're talking of volleyball, we're talking of any other games which are there and which people may want to play. So that's what we are doing on a larger scale. But we also need to inform you that government employed the former Flames coach Kinapir as the deputy director responsible for communities. So which means that you'll be going everywhere in the country, everywhere where sports are taking place, so that we feel our mandate as a ministry to ensure that sports is developed in the country. When we're talking of development of sports, we're not talking about development of sports only in one district or in one region. It should be the whole country. So that's why there's Kino now. You'll be going outside there, you'll be identifying people, and you'll be on the center stage to ensure that the sports is developed at community level.
Through Malawi's development agenda, Malawi 2063, different sporting activities are expected to be promoted and diversified. Among the developments, the Malawi's blueprints seeks to upgrade sporting infrastructures in schools. It is through such structures that young ones also lay their hope of having more open and secure playing fields.